that one.
And like
it's
I was
strategic on the Shinju's part, and it was.
Yeah, I agree. Like I was saying though, I forget the claw grimes. Well, I do use the claw grimes, but I mentioned it offhandedly. I love the idea. Have them fight Code at this time, because Code is doing this exact thing that I was just describing, keeping the Jonin away from the main characters, away from the Shinju, because Code's on the Shinju side. Code is assisting the Shinju by doing this. Yeah, like an A story, B story, but that it intertwines the two together. Gives everyone a reason to exist.
Another thing you could do on this, I'm going to offer multiple things with you here. Oh, actually, let me turn off this stupid echo. So, in light of this, Code doesn't even need to be like strategizing around the Shinju necessarily. It could be something, what I'm going to say is kind of that, but a little bit different. Basically, Code says, okay, they're going to take care of you for me, Boruto. Perfect. That's one load off my shoulders. But like I said earlier, why is Code just ignoring the rest of his declaration goal at the end of the Code arc? Yeah. So you know what Code can fucking do? Do that. He's going to be like, in his mind, okay, this is perfect. They'll handle Boruto. I'm going to destroy the Leaf Village myself and get that satisfaction. And essentially, the Shinju are either going to coincidentally invade then, or the Shinju can just be like, ooh, look, Hidari, this is perfect. Code's distracting everyone. We'll easily be able to find Naruto and Sarada now. And so and you know what you do? You have Code show up, and Shikamaru says, oh shit, Code is here. Boruto's not there at the moment. Everyone, get your ass over there. And then, right after that, what's this? Sasuke Uchiha's here. Oh, fuck. What do we do now? What do we do? Kawaki, go do something. Mm-hmm. Kawaki obviously goes to Hidari and Jura, as he does. And then you have, all the old gen that we're complaining about can just be fighting Code. Code, I don't care. You can say, oh, he's too strong. I mean, if you got the whole ass crew, I mean, they can probably stall for a little bit, right? And Code could be not trying, whatever. I mean, granted, the main issue with this is Code does seem too strong. Granted, somehow Sasuke / Dazai. So, I mean, maybe the whole crew can do the same. But I guess the other issue is, how do you get Code to leave? I guess David can show up.
There you go. I love it.
Yeah. David could be like...
Everyone has something to do.
David can just send him and be like, this fucking dude. Like, granted, though, he didn't do that the first time.
And then Code can use those claw grimes to get around Damon for a little bit. There you go. Everything comes full circle.
The one issue with that, though, will be... Okay, well, Damon didn't give a shit the first time, but maybe you can say, hey, because Boruto's there. So he said, they don't need me. But this time he's like, okay, let me just go get rid of him. Maybe, you know what? Fuck it. Ada can command him. Ada can say, like, oh no, Kawaki's out. Boruto's not here. Damn it, Code's going to destroy the village and, everything Kawaki cares about. Mm. Damon, like, can you do this for me? Whatever the dialogue. I haven't written the dialogue, obviously, but the point is, Ada can ask Damon to do it because she cares about Kawaki. Damon doesn't give a shit, but he can be like, well, I don't care about Kawaki, but I'll do it for you, sis. That's something Damon would say. Something Damon would do. There you go. He goes deal with the claw grind, then he goes to scare Code off. Code's like, you know what? That's fucking payoff for Code not wanting to invade when Ada and Damon are there.
Going along with this,
there's no payoff as it is, because David and Ada don't care, apparently. At least this way, Code can be reminded why he wasn't invading beforehand, because of this little kid.
I like that. That's a build-up to a climax, fighting the Jonin and then fighting Damon. With the claw grimes there, he can evade Damon for at least a little bit. I think a very satisfying, really cool resolution, the way to end this part of the story, is eventually Ada comes, and through her powers, she can, like, love charm, manipulate the claw grimes to turn on Code. How cool would that be? And that forces Code to retreat.
That would be really cool. And obviously, we just have to write it to where the 10-tail... So... In case the 10-tails are Utsuki / Utsuki are 10-tails.
Well, this is like a revelation.
What we can say is Code, just to make sure we're covering all bases, Code himself is human. It would be Satsuki-ness. The human in him, the humanity in him that likely led to the Shinju's awakening in the first place, can be what's affected by Ada. So even if the rest of Tentos isn't, the code aspect in them is charmed. Just write it that way. And Ada can even just be like smart, be like, code. These fools were created by your chakra, which means they'll be affected by my charm just like you. So now they're my tools or whatever. You know what he's saying? Like, that's an easy way to write it so that it doesn't conflict with any potential plot lines.
Yeah. And Ash in chat says, I don't think the love charm works on the claw grimes. And that's exactly why I'm saying it. I don't know, but I would be inclined to probably agree. But that's exactly why it's a cool revelation. If they want to do that, it's going to be some sort of plot twist where they're giving you new information about Ada's abilities. Well, how does it work? Why does it work like this? What information have we given that maybe was incorrect or wasn't fully there before, which goes along with Ada describing her abilities or Momoshiki describing her abilities and everything else. Like, they could go in that direction. I'm not saying for them to go in a certain direction with that. I'm just saying that is an interesting direction they could explore if they wanted a direction to go into. So there you go.
Now, obviously, some people will say, oh, we don't time for all these trips. Okay, first of all, now I'll leave a counterpoint after, but we really don't need to show that much active stuff from this bee invasion. Because let's be honest, this bee invasion is for the plot to make sense. It's not really there for the characters so much. Okay, The A invasion with the Shinju is the one for the story. The B invasion is so the story makes sense, essentially. It's not for the story, it's just so the plot is reasonable. So you really don't need to spend too much time with it. You set the foundation, it makes everything tense, and that's kind of it. Now, obviously, the counterpoint is, well, are we really just going to waste Code's second invasion like that? A simple solution is just make this arc longer. Yeah. You know, remove half of the Team Shikacho fluff that is just nonsense and put the cool stuff in its place and make the arc longer. Problem solved. The Pain Invasion had no struggles with this shit. I guess the War Arc had struggles with this, but the War Arc put a lot of this in there, okay? The Konoha Crush. Actually, Konoha Crush, perfect example. A invasion, B invasion, or I guess even C invasion. You've got Orochimaru versus Hiruzen, Sarada versus Hidari. Naruto/Sasuke versus Gaara. Jura fight with Team Shikacho and Himawari. What do you have left? The Jonin versus the Jonin. That's the code part with the other characters. Konoha Crush did it. I know Kishimoto wrote it, and Kishimoto's way better. Come on, does Ikimoto have a template or not? Okay, I don't know what's in the fucking template. Clearly, it's not this shit.
Yeah, well, I was going to say...
I will say...
We've only discussed it from the plot perspective. It's for the plot, obviously, so far. That's the only thing we've mentioned. We could just make it be relevant for the story as well. Just add its own story. Oh, if this arc is about identity, explore Code's identity. This is a perfect opportunity if we're going to introduce Damon and Ada at this part. Introduce their identity. Have the Jonin explore their identity if you want to do that, since they're fully fledged ninja. What does it look like to be correct in that case?
I mean, like, obviously we could do that, especially with the arcs getting longer. I don't even think we need to. I really think, like, it's to keep this as simple as possible as far as addressing flaws. The simplest thing to do is all these complaints with the old gen are mostly the plot. Now, there is a little bit of story in the sense that, I guess parents don't care about their children anymore. So much for the Kawaki arc. In the Momoshiki arc, because Choji doesn't care if, Chojo dies, obviously. Why would he? Why would he care? But ignoring that, it's mostly just for the plot. And so we could do this invasion for that. However, we don't need to do the invasion route. That's just one option. There are plenty of other things you can do, and we can both come up with some. I'll just come up with one.
Well, real quick.
On the fly.
I think if going with the invasion idea... I think intertwining both of our ideas can work. My idea for the plot of he's helping out the Shinju, your idea for the story of he's trying to take everything away from Kawaki. I think going with your idea, this even helps your interpretation that Code is indeed under omnipotence, because what would be the one thing that Kawaki loves more than anything that Code knows? It would be his love for Naruto. Code, we could just write it to where he doesn't know that Naruto was sealed, I don't think that contradicts anything.
It shouldn't know.
Exactly. So there you go. Yeah. And so he's gonna help Jura to go after Naruto to get back at Kawaki. There you go. It's freaking perfect.
I would have to know that Jura's after Naruto, though.
That's fine.
I think Code could just coincidentally be going after Naruto anyway.
I still think we should have got a scene of Code confronting the Shinju after Boruto.
Okay, that would have been cool, but that's obviously going further back than the current complaint.
I know.
That'd be an interesting idea to play with.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we
I
can
mean,
even
like,
get a flashback with
I think
which we found.
as it is, at least, just have Code just be going after Naruto. Naruto was his quote unquote number one target. Why don't we go after our number one target already? Like,
in fact,
if Code knows that Naruto has been killed, quote unquote, or sealed, how does he know? Where did he get the info? If Code's been spying on the village, wouldn't that be a cool motherfucking thing to show us?
In fact, that would sort of make more sense of the Shinju just not doing their own thing and Hidari just going with Jura to capture Naruto, Jura's target. Like, because they're like a disbanded group, whereas Code's bringing them together as an organization, almost like a leader in a sense, making them attack with one combined focused target effort, going after Naruto. Even maybe if Code manipulated Jura into having Naruto as his target in some way.
Well, I was just thinking about this. I'm not saying I expect this, but this would be interesting at least. They could do this. What if Code is involved with Matsuri's research of the learning about Koji?
I was going to say Bug, yeah.
And
Bug would be the one.
Let's just assume that's true. Maybe we could implement that into this idea to where somehow, some way, Matsuri and Code, maybe Mamushi too if he wasn't after Ada and Damon Mitsuki. Honestly, that's another... never mind the clock rooms, have Mamushi be one of the other people stalling Damon. But beyond that...
Yeah, Mamushi would work with Code specifically. And more like Code would work with Mamushi to go after Damon and Ada. Or like, as he's going after that, yeah, that would be the exact thing they would do.
I would so be on board with this. It's like, bro, the old buddies, like, it's...
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
Code
it works
and
so
Bug.
perfect.
They have the
so
same
perfect. Bro.
people in mind. Like,
why didn't
they would be
do
the ones on the same
this?
page. You know, like... So, yeah, anyway. So, those three can be doing whatever their plan is. So, maybe Code is... I don't know. Anyway, the point is, Code's doing his distraction with the village, but he's trying to destroy the village, works in his favor. It's also providing distractions for Matsuri to do her research, and Mamushi's doing his thing. You know, so the point is, they have a plan, and then Hidari and Jura do their thing. So that just works.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, like I said, you know how